You ever take your cake out of the oven and it doesn't look the way you wanted it to? It's fallen or there's been some problem with it and you say, well, it didn't bake correctly. Well, I'm going to tell you today that it didn't mix correctly. Baking isn't the issue with your cakes. Mixing is the issue with your cakes. When mixing cake batters, there are three main goals. Obviously, to combine all your ingredients into a smooth batter. That's your main goal. That's obvious. But incorporating air is what most people forget about. And this incorporation of the air helps you with the structure and texture and grain of your cake. It's a very important step that so many people miss. And you're trying to develop this structure. So our three goals in mixing cake batters are combining the ingredients, incorporating air, and developing structure. Now, cakes are defined by their mixing method, and there are 5 basic types of cake. And we've been through this for everything. I don't have a recipe for you today. We're going to talk about the procedures and potential pitfalls of cake baking on Cooking Course. So our 5 basic types of cake are separated into 2 categories. The 2 categories have to do with how much fat is in the cake. High fat cakes are generally used with a creaming method. They're high fat, or they're called shortened, because a lot of times they have shortening, but a high ratio of fat. So what you do in a creaming method is mix the fat and the sugar together. You put the eggs in, incorporate them slowly, create your emulsification, then add your flour or any liquids. This is what 90% of your cakes are made with. You've made cakes in a creaming method. You've made cookies in a creaming method. You've probably made pound cake in a creaming method where you put the butter and sugar together. The second type of cake in a high fat, high ratio cake is a 2-stage method. Now, this is where we take bits of flour and liquids and we alternate the flour and liquid. We'll get into that. So high fat cakes are either creaming method or 2-stage method. Now you've got your low fat cakes. These are foam cakes because they're made with an egg foam. Sponge cake or sponge method, angel food method, guess which cake that results in, an angel food cake, and a chiffon method. The 3 of these are made with egg foam to give it its structure rather than fat. They are low-fat cakes. So our 5 types of mixing methods for cakes: creaming method, 2-stage method, sponge method, angel food method, and chiffon method. Mixing correctly helps what it looks like when it comes out of the oven.